Dominic is in Austin, Texas. Hey, Dominic, how are you?
Hey, Dave. Great. How are you?
Better than I deserve. What's up in your world?
Hey, so I'm an owner-operator of a pool cleaning company in Austin, and we, have been in business for about a year, and we keep hearing, don't grow too fast, make sure you're not growing too fast. And just wanted to get your opinion on, what we can do as a business to make sure that's not happening and, what the signs are of maybe growing too quickly.
Okay. At Ramsey, we tell ourselves we have to keep three things ahead of our growth. Otherwise, we're out over our skis. We're growing too fast. Okay? Number one, we don't want to grow faster than our cash.
Okay.
We don't want to be stretched thin on the finances because we grew too quick.
Right. Yeah.
Or put ourselves at risk. Number two, I can't grow faster than I can hire good quality people, because people cause your business to grow inside. And if you can't get enough help and you end up taking on more jobs than you can service because you don't have good quality human beings to show up and do the work right on time as promised, and in your space, you know what I'm talking about. There's only two kinds of people in the pool business: complete bozos and excellent people. There is no middle ground, right?
Yeah, you're absolutely right on that. I've worked for a few larger pool companies in the past, and that's definitely a pain point we've had, is hiring the right people that are going to go out there and do the job that they're supposed to do.
And if you take on more accounts than you have quality people to service them, so you take on bad people because you're trying to hurry up and get everything taken care of, you're going to spoil your own business, because you're going to spoil your reputation because you grew too fast, in air quotes. That's what that means, okay? So if I go faster than my cash or faster than my people, and in our case, I don't know if it applies to you. Maybe it does, but a little bit. But in our case, we can't grow faster than our internal technology infrastructure.
Right.
So if we grow faster than we've got the digital ability to process all the stuff, then the thing falls in on itself, and again, we have a service problem with the customer. In your world, that might be, I can't grow faster than I can purchase good quality equipment to keep the pools clean.
Right. Yeah.
So, like, if you doubled your volume, you'd have to double the amount of equipment you're operating, or bring on new technologies that were faster or whatever. But you can't grow faster than the quality and the size of your equipment. You can't just run your equipment ragged. You've got to stay up with it. And so, the analogy that we use with that is, in the military, if you're fighting a ground war, a ground battle, that they tell you that, and I've never been in the military, but military guys have told me this, that you don't let your fighting men and women, the advanced line of the battle, go faster than the supply line of gasoline, the supply line of bullets, and the supply ammunition, and the supply line of food.
Right.
Because if you have hungry troops out there with no gas in their tanks, in their equipment, and no bullets, and they're hungry, they die. You lose the battle.
Sure, yeah.
You lose the battle.
Yeah,
So you advanced your lines past your supply lines. And so I use that as my analogy to say, okay, what's the parallel in a small business? What's cash and people and equipment or technology or something's that third one. And you could make up four if you wanted to. I don't care. But what is it that would cause me to get out over my skis?
Sure.
And go head over heels down the slope. And so that's what you're looking at here. And I think that's going to be the challenge in your world. You're probably, you're probably small enough at a year old that the cash is a real limiter. The amount of cash you have to grow with is a real limiter.
Sure.
And certainly hiring. I've never, in 30 years of operating this business, hiring has always limited our growth.
Mm-hmm.
We've always had more things we wanted to do than we could find people, high-quality people, that would join this crusade that fit the culture, that I didn't have to babysit, all that kind of
Right.
stuff. We have more trouble finding enough of, we have more ideas. And nowadays the money's not a problem. I got plenty of money, but it's just people is the biggest limiting factor to implement the ideas. So our
Gotcha.
recruiting and hiring is our biggest limiting factor. And truthfully, some of the internal technology crap drives me crazy too. But
I can imagine.
that one's fixable. But I think I remember being your size, and I didn't have the money to do it. I
Right.
saw territory. I could go take that, I can go take that piece of ground, but I didn't have the bullets and the gas to go get it. And so I had to wait until I had the supply lines. That's what growing too fast means. That's where you'll get in trouble and get out over your skis. If you have enough money and you have enough people, you can't grow too fast. And you have the right technology, the right equipment. If you've got a supply of all of those things coming at you to be able to serve the customers, but what ends up happening is people stretch themselves too thin. They take jobs they can't cash flow. They take jobs they can't supply the workforce to or the equipment to, and then the customer's pissed off, and you start to get a bad reputation, and you get this negative momentum, and you start to smell bad. And that's what growing too fast is. That's what people are talking about. So I think if you'll watch those things, Dominic, you're going to be just fine. Congratulations. I think by the way, again, like the last guy, your space that you're in, pool cleaning, pool restoration, God, man, it's just really, it's a low bar to be excellent in that world. It's just, God, there's so few of them. So do it right and you'll just be huge. This is the EntreLeadership Podcast.